Alright, so today's task is to see if we can get this radiator apart. You can see it leaked so bad I tried even temporarily to patch it, plug it, Bondo, flex seal. The holes were just too deep and ended up just going around it, around the side. So yeah, these nuts and bolts, I've heard nightmares about them. Hoping not to break any off. They say they get so rusted. Got this CRC freeze off. I've heard some pretty good stories on it. People kind of loyal to it rather than using heat in the old-fashioned way. So let's see what we can make happen here. Alright, well, I guess I should show, turn on my headlamp here. All of these broke loose without putting anything on them. I mean, I soaked these in PB Blaster before, days before this, so all of those came free. I got quite a few of those out. This larger one down here is loose. That one is so rusted. The head isn't even the size very well. That one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. Similar. It's kind of rusted on there, and that one. On this side, I was pretty surprised to find I got. Well, I guess I only got two here. I need to try this one up here. And then all of those are pretty stuck there. What's hard is, like these, you know, they're threaded into the cast piece. So on the other side, you know, I was able to break them free pretty easily, quite surprisingly to me. And then once you break them free, the threads, see if I can, you know, the threads are pretty good on it because I guess it's down in there. So I busted these ones loose on the other side, and I could almost hand turn them out. Like these are all exposed. You can see that one. I'm probably gonna have to cut that one. So, all right, let's delve further into it. Well, we have a partial success. I was able to get all off except this one. And honestly, once these broke free, they threaded out so easy that I'm wondering if the penetrating oil, it was dry when I took it off. So I wonder if I spray some CRC freeze off later and maybe use an easy out, see if I can get that out. And to my shock, one of these big bolts on the corner broke. So we'll just have to see what I can do about that, but deal with that later. On to the top one. Alright, well, I am going to consider this a success. So there was the one in this piece from earlier, and then the one piece in those sides that I mentioned. And when I took off the other one, I just had one more that didn't come out. So 3 in total. I'm pretty happy with that, especially since the stories that I hear on how bad they are to come off. Now, to give you some tips, I mean, if you've been doing this yourself, you probably know what to do. Most of them were 1/2 inch squares, like this one. The ones that went on the sides, or like the corners here, they were 9/16. Some of them had so much rust on them, I had to like hammer the wrench on it, but then to me that's good because it has a nice tight fit then. And then once I broke them loose, you know, if you got to use like a 13, which is looser than the 1/2, that was okay. But the freeze off, I'm not really sure how much it helped or not, because in most of the cases, I don't know that this was getting down really in the groove at all when I took the bolts out. You know, they were pretty well dry. That's not to say the cold didn't help shrink it from the freeze off, but my biggest thing that I probably thought helped was just literally wrapping on with a hammer along the sides at each point where the threads are, to kind of shock them, bust them loose. It seemed like after I did that, they still broke out hard, but you know, again, the fact that just the one is left, I think is a big accomplishment. So, got to see how we're going to get that big nut off. Not really a nut, but a kind of a plug for the radiator overflow tube, because I know that thing's in there pretty solid too. But the freeze off might have some more benefit to it. So I'm going to get these pieces painted. Well, after I get these broken ones out, I'm going to paint these before I put the new core in. And then, you know, that'll be the part where I'm getting everything back together. So, yep, if any of you guys are doing this, good luck, patience, and be careful how much force you put into it, because once it's broke, and you're drilling them out. So, all right, enjoy. All right, so it's a new day. I've got the bolt kit. I've got the new core, gaskets. So we're ready to put this thing back together. So we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. I've just got regular gaskets. I don't have quart gaskets. I know you can get them. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Permatex on this when this goes together. So yeah, let me get this first set up on here. I'll go through it quickly one more time and hopefully get this together quickly and back on the tractor. Alright, so I went ahead and got these on first on both sides just because they were the easiest to put on. Then it kind of held everything in place. So these are just your 5/16. On this side they thread into the casting. On the other side, if you recall, they have nuts and the nuts go on top. See how I did it there? And you've got your 3/8 square bolt in the corners here, and then I think these are 3/8 underneath. So now on to the top. I guess before I get started on the top, I need to provide a little backstory. So this is not the original that was with the tractor. When I forgot to take a video on this before, and I don't think I have it with me. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. So I was taking out that plug on the front side for the overflow tube, and it would not come out and save my life. So I heated it up, and man, I got it out because I had rounded this, and anyway, I got it out, and as it was cooling, crack. So, yep, rather than try and fix that, what have you, painting it, risking it leaking, having to take it apart, so on and so forth, I got a different one. So yeah, different one. I did get this plug out at a salvage yard. I mean, you can get them online, but I was able to get one out while I was there. So we got to put these studs in. The bolt kit that I got is missing 2 of the studs. It has the 5/16 studs. It is missing 2 of the 3/8 studs. So I may go get one. I may temporarily put a 3/8 bolt in instead. We'll see. I'll have to contact the place that I got it from because I thought it was a fluke. But I looked at the picture on their website. This was before I even ordered it, and I noticed it was missing. I thought, they just forgot to put it in the picture. Nope. Best to ask questions before I had already ordered it from that place anyway when I noticed that they had sent me the wrong one. Then they sent me the right one, and I was hoping I was wrong. But anyway, sorry. I'm rambling. So we'll get these studs in, and then we'll be able to mount this top. All right, everyone, so there you have it. Well, that was a long process getting the top on, only because yours truly had this almost all together and then realized, oh, the gasket's laying there on the ground. Well, what's that doing there? Shoot. After a few choice words, took it apart, put it back on. Anyways, so yeah, I've thought about whether I wanted to paint this or not. Now, obviously, you don't want to paint radiator fins because, I mean, it hinders the heat transfer a little bit, or, depending on how much you put on, a lot. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick cardboard in here for now so I can spray these bolts and nuts. And probably when I do the final coat on the tractor, I'll just lightly spray a little bit in there just to kind of give it a greenish appearance. I was reading this morning that some people have sprayed them black. If you want to open up a great debate, just ask about what's original on tractors, because it's amazing how many different answers you'll get. Some say, oh, I painted black. Some say, oh, they were left like that, bare. Some say, oh, they were painted green just due to the overspray. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, that's my plan. I want to get the bolts good and covered, so like I said, I don't want to get a lot on the radiator fin. So yep. Hope you find this useful of some sort. Just don't be like me and forget to take this plug out if you're going to take it out. I had drilled out the holes and had this all prepped up and ready to paint when I went to take that out, and here made the part on the old one useless. The holes for the mounting the shutters, I got to retap them. This tractor never had shutters on it. I bought a set. They're right there. My suggestion for you folks, if you want to be historically accurate and stuff, find a working set or close to working. I got that set out of a salvage yard, and it seemed in okay condition, but it was all seized up, and it's just been a lot of work so far. Mainly because it's not really bolted together. It's rivets and all that, which just becomes a pain to take apart and put back together. So I might have a video on that later. I might not. That may become a nice winter project to add on later. We'll see. So, all right. Have a good day.